Thank you. Hi, it's me again. Welcome. Welcome to the 11th annual Digitas NewFront. Really happy to be here today. But you know, brands have been doing some weird things lately. A fast food chain had one of its workers smash his fist into freshly made burgers before serving them to paying customers. On a day when a lot of people needed to get to popular destinations, a leading ride-sharing service decided to let them all ride for free. A retail chain sold exactly nothing on the biggest shopping day of the year and then bragged about it. A clothing manufacturer sued the President of the United States and ran ads calling him a thief and a liar. 2 different media companies found it necessary to spend millions of dollars reminding us that facts matter and that a banana is a banana, even if you call it an apple. But on reflection, maybe those actions weren't really all that weird. Maybe they represent the leading edge of a new reality, one that will transform the kinds of actions brands take and the stories that they tell. So what does all of this have to do with content marketing? Absolutely everything. You see, usually when we talk about content, we talk about things like audits and strategies, formats and channels and platforms. We examine how data inspires and informs our decisions, and how new technologies like AR and VR and AI are transforming the way stories are shaped and shared. What we maybe don't talk about enough is the content of that content. You know, the actual stories that we are choosing to tell and the voices that we're choosing to tell them. Today we're going to do just that. You see, there's an elephant in the room, and he's got his own hashtag. We know that brand stories need to be authentic, relevant, topical, and timely. They have to reflect the world around them. But with apologies to Shakespeare, there's the rub. Because we're living through a time of incredible social, political, and cultural upheaval. Objective truth is under assault. Sexism, racism, harassment, and discrimination are being confronted. The country is more divided than ever. The president trails controversy wherever he goes. Throw in wars, refugee crises, terrorism, nationalism, Me Too, Time's Up, Never Again, Take a Knee, March for Our Lives. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Most brands don't like controversy. They don't like to pick sides for risk of offending somebody. They don't like messy situations outside of their control. And there's a real tension and conflict there. Is it possible for a brand to be relevant in today's world without taking a stand? Or do bolder times require bolder brands? There are risks in standing for something, but we've seen recently that there are risks in standing still as well. Some of the biggest controversies of the last year have involved brands that were just minding their own business when someone decided to, say, throw their Keurig coffee maker off a balcony, or spend their Sunday binge-watching Nailed It on Netflix instead of tuning into the Giants game. Giants lost, by the way. Brands have become accidental activists, except, of course, for the ones who are doing it on purpose. I'm thinking here of some of the brands I mentioned at the outset, which were, in order, Burger King, which ran short films showing how they tested the patience of their paying customers in order to get people to care about topics such as bullying and net neutrality. Lyft, which offered free rides across the US to anyone attending one of the March for Our Lives gun control rallies. REI, which encouraged people maybe not to leave the Thanksgiving family dinner and step over each other in the Walmart parking lot, but instead to go for a hike with their family on Black Friday. Patagonia, which sued President Trump earlier this year over the shrinking of the Bear Ears National Monument and other public lands. And of course, the New York Times and CNN, which introduced marketing campaigns supporting what is now apparently the controversial notion that there is such a thing as objective truth and that it matters. This level of brand activism is a relatively new phenomenon. A year ago, a 4A survey found that 60% of consumers disliked it when brands got political. And as recently as the Super Bowl, Ad Age declared that most of the big brands that ran ads during the game played it safe, noting, quote, brands were largely disinclined to make any kind of a statement other than everyone is a special snowflake. But shortly thereafter, Adweek declared that corporations were shedding their reservations about stepping up on the soapbox, overcoming their fears about bad PR, stock price hits, and alienating consumers. In overwhelming numbers, Adweek wrote, America's largest and most influential brands have made their positions clear on a range of socio-political issues, sometimes brutally so. And despite the risks, there are rewards as well. The New York Times, in a story on what it called CEO activism, noted that consumers said they were more likely to buy Apple products after Tim Cook's statement opposing Indiana's religious freedom bill. Sprout Social followed with a survey that contradicted that 4A survey from last year. This time they found that 2 out of 3 people felt it was somewhat or very important for brands to pick sides in the culture wars. Neutrality, it seems, is no longer an option.
Boo!
Dave?
Don't Dave me. Brands should be neutral. Brand neutrality now! Brand neutrality now! Brand neutrality now!
Wow. Wait, hold on. Are you saying that brands can't take a stand?
Yes, they can! Brands take a stand! Yes, they can! Brands
What is going on here?
Brand neutrality now! Brand
This is crazy.
now! Brand neutrality now!
What is going on
Brand
here?
neutrality now! Brand neutrality
All right,
now!
enough. Okay, things are tense, I get it. But there's good news. We have something to show you that nobody in this room can get upset about. Does that sound okay?
Okay.
All right, then let's show it to you. Roll it.